There I was, sitting on the banks of the creek, gliding over the water. It was a perfect evening. Sun was just about to set. The lighting was perfect. The waterfalls so pretty. As I turned around, the sun setting on the distant hills, pine trees, the creek, everything was perfect. I turned around for another take, and that's when I miscalculated which trees I was supposed to dive down between. That's when I hit the branch. At this point, I had given up all hope. When I got home, I took apart the drone, checked all my components for corrosion, and got out my contact cleaner. I doused it heavily and got an old toothbrush and brushed every part of it to make sure there was nothing left, no corrosion, no dirt. I wanted it clean. I also opened up the air unit, and the inside of the air unit is nicely covered with metal, so I figured probably no water got in, so I just put it back together. I then got some conformal coating, and before assembling the drone again, coated everything in conformal coating, just in case if I were to ever crash in water again, there would be a protective layer around my components. After plugging everything in, soldering the motors back on, it was time for the test. Now, it's important to remember, in a case like this, always use a smoke stopper. It should prevent a short and keep you from burning anything important. I plugged in the smoke stopper, turned it on, and armed the drone. Everything looks good.
Telemetry lost.
Well, hey there. It's testing time. Brought my drone out here into this open field. The crops are nice and low right now. So if for any reason anything does short out and I crash, it'll be easier to find than if there's 8-foot tall corn. So let me get everything set up and let's test this drone and see if it still flies after drowning in water. So it hovers well. Now let's take off and go for a bit of a flight. Oh, I am scared about this. Seems to be doing okay.
Sensor lost. Sensor lost.
Alright, I'm not sure what that sensor lost was about. Still have GPS. Punches out really well. By the way, look at that view. That's beautiful. I should have brought my camera to take some photos. Oh wait, I did. I'm using my camera to record. Look at that. Look at that. Yeah. All right, let's check if GPS rescue works. If it doesn't, I'm gonna have to drive and pick it up. All right, let's test GPS rescue. And flip. So that's GPS rescue switch flipped. It's going up like it's supposed to. It's a bit shaky. I think I need to get a different tune for this. Seems to be coming back well though. Yeah, I think everything works. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is how you fix a drone that's been drowned in water. Stop recording on the GoPro, unplug this, doesn't need to heat up anymore.
Telemetry lost.
Yeah, I know, buddy, it's okay. I gotta say, I'm really impressed. This drone crashed in a creek, was underwater for 20 minutes. I took it home, and because it was middle of December, I was extremely busy at work, didn't have time to take it apart and clean it till a couple of days after we crashed in the water. I then took it apart, cleaned it with electrical cleaner, put conformal coating on it just as an extra precaution against water or dirt and stuff in the future. Put it back together, plugged it in, and it flies. It flies. It works. This is the exact same thing. I didn't put any new parts. I didn't change anything. I think this is the same battery. I might have a different battery on this, but that's beside the point. The battery is not the point of this video. So, if you crash a drone in water, make sure to unplug it. Very important. Unplug it underwater. Don't take it out first. There's something that happens when you take it out, when it gets in contact with air. That's where things short out, or so I've been told. Unplug it underwater, take it home, strip it down, clean it well. It works. I've got nothing to complain about here. My GPS works. The DJI-03 air unit works. I didn't do anything on the air unit. Either before installing it or after. I simply put it in, and now when I crashed in the water, I took it out, and as I showed you guys, it is covered fairly well, so I didn't do anything with it, just reassembled it, put it back in. I did have an issue plugging it in once that I didn't get any video. And then I remembered I hadn't cleaned the wire and the connectors from the wire that goes from my flight controller to my air unit. I took off that wire, cleaned it with electrical cleaner, plugged it back in, and it just works. Everything about this works. So, that's gonna be it for today. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you in the next one. And remember, if you crash in water, unplug underwater, clean it. Hopefully, you're as lucky as I am, and you're good to go. All right, see you in the next one.